The most important thing is maybe the thing that you give the least attention to. What happens if there is a breach? I had a practitioner, or two practitioners call in the last year. One of them called a year ago. She had hundreds of returns that bounced. Called her franchisor, called her insurance company. They both did remote forensic audits, and they said, whatever happened, it's not you. Well, it turned out that they're in a rural area, and the hospital, the free clinic, and most of the doctors are owned by one entity, and that entity turns out to have had a breach. And they suspect that was the cause of all of the identity theft. But what a mess, right? But she knew what to do, right? First, she called me, which I said, well, that's sweet. But then she called her IRS liaison. Then she called her insurance company and her franchisor. All the players, stakeholders who needed to be identified, and they all went to work. You need to do that. I also think the single most important thing is that person who's in charge. And even if you don't give them passwords and access to things, they need to know where they are so that if something happens to you, they can step into your shoes. Last two pieces to this are everybody should be trained on how to safeguard data, how to safeguard client data. I owned block offices 30 years ago, back when dumpster diving first started. And every year, one of the major cities featured somebody dumpster diving from Eyewitness News or 5 on Your Side or whatever, and the investigative reporter tearing open the bags and showing tax returns where they whited out, blacked out the name. And it's like you roll your eyes and you say, man, what were they thinking? We then went to locked trash cans, locked dumpsters. Then finally we had shredders in every office and locked dumpsters. But you know what? I still had people, despite the training, throwing stuff away. Oh, there's nothing on that. You know what? Our policy has always been throw it all into shredding. Tax returns, documents, even envelopes. That envelope that says IRS on it, that envelope that says important tax information on it. I don't want some third party who's uninformed to look in my recycling and say, oh my gosh, he throws out IRS notices. We don't. I don't sort it either. We throw it all into the shredding box. Shredding company comes, picks it up, destroys it, gives me a certificate. It's all very good.